Lads, thank you so much for joining me. Obviously, this is the goalkeeper union at Crystal Palace. I saw you guys training earlier and you were out before the other players. Is that a regular occurrence?
Yeah, I think so. I think every day we'll come out earlier, get some work in before we join in with the team, so we're ready to go.
Is it just this club or is it just something that normally happens with goalkeepers?
Yeah, I think most places you'll look, you'll see the goalkeepers going out a bit earlier. Yeah, we just need the extra time. I think every goalkeeper coach probably fights for as much time as they can possibly get, so that way you can get through what you need to before you get thrown into the session with the rest of the team. So it's an important bit, and it's nice to have a little bit of time together.
And Remi, it looked really competitive. Like, I got here, you guys were shouting at each other playing.
I mean, that was just the start. It's always competitive most days, but I think if you tally it up, I think we're miles ahead of Dino. And,
yeah, he had to do it.
He has to get that in.
You didn't want us to show the footage of you losing.
No, you got to
But to be fair, like last time we got filmed, obviously we put a video out and me and Dean Kiley beat these two, so obviously
yeah, but Dean
he's trying to get
Kiley's
the
son done
bragging
it, so he
rights
obviously
back.
fixed it.
Are you keeping a tally of what games you win and stuff?
There's no point now. Dino was keeping a tally and then he realised that he's lost so many he's forgotten about them.
Oh, mate, no.
Is it something where, obviously, like you said, you come out by yourself, so you're a bit isolated? Do you have your own WhatsApp group, or is it you're still part of the full teams group?
No, we have our own WhatsApp group. We obviously are in the WhatsApp with the rest of the squad as well, but because we have our own timings, our own meetings, our own things to do, we don't want to trouble the outfield players. We know we do more work than them anyway, so we got to keep it tight, keep it within ourselves.
And did you all start as goalkeepers? Because a lot of people say that sometimes they were forced in goal, or they might have started when they were younger. Is that the case for all of you?
No, I actually started as an outfielder.
Where did you play?
I was right winger, known for my pace. That's slowly disintegrated after many years, but yeah, so goalkeeper was sick one day. I went in goal, did well, served 2 penalties, and then it went from there. I was 12 as well, so it was pretty late.
That's crazy. What about you, man?
Yeah, so for my story is like very unique. I didn't really start playing football until I was 15 or 16 years old. And when I tried out for my high school team in America, high school, I didn't want to play American football anymore. It was a bit too rough. Yeah. So I played American football, basketball, and baseball. And then when I got into high school, I decided to try out for the soccer team, football team. And yeah, I couldn't play in the outfield because I had no technical ability, no skills. Like, I just didn't know what I was doing, really. Yeah. So I chucked myself in goal. I had a really good background in tons of other sports. So yeah, it just kind of came naturally to me, and then I stuck with it because I love the position and everything that comes with it.
Love that. What about you, Remi? Did you start up top?
No, I was centre half. And gradually made my way back into the goal. But I think because I was the tallest out of the group, I think I was about 8, 9 at the time. Yeah. And yeah, just went in goal and never looked back since. But I seem to sort of favour myself outfield sometimes. Like every now and then the gaffer gets me over in the small side and stuff like that.
Well.
So yeah, I'm all right. I'm not too bad.
So if there was a cup final and all the outfield players were injured and we needed one of you to step up, needed a goal, who are you guys saying will get that goal for you? And be honest.
To be fair, Hendo's got a decent strike, so maybe finishing-wise, Hendo.
He can't really move that well, though. So I think I'd move the best out of the three of us. I think I would do the best in the outfield. However, Remi's got the most experience as of late, so I would feel most comfortable with Remi Matthews. His crossing's a joke.
Love
not
that.
bad, just got to do it every day.
If there's a goalkeeping crisis, all of you are injured, who would you say could step in and actually do a decent job?
Not Caleb.
No,
I tell you, Ebbs.
Ebbs?
Really? He goes in sometimes to shoot. Mate, he's
Ebbs will
athletic.
start taking it down and doing all this.
Listen, I have to see it, but I have to say Chris Richards.
Chris Richards.
Really?
Yeah, he played a bunch of different sports growing up. He played basketball.
He could throw a ball as well.
He could throw a ball. I think he's just got some athletic ability.
Well.
So, and he's a presence as well.
Yeah.
And you never know. Sometimes you need that extra bit on top to, like, sometimes you wish your head was a little bigger to make a save. You never know. So.
Not Mateta, not much.
No, I'll keep
Try to throw a ball at JP, see if he catches it. I head it away.
And keepers is a position where you hold a lot of scrutiny. I feel like it's a position where you can be a hero and a villain in the same game. How do you guys deal with that?
I think it's many years of practice. Just not you can't really get too high and too low on things. You've just got to. You understand what you sign up for. Obviously, the lows are very low, but the highs are very high. So, I think you've just got to try and stay balanced throughout and just not let it affect your game.
And Matt, what would you say about how you guys help each other through that situation?
Yeah, I'd say that's the most important thing. Like, we have a really great group here. And obviously Hendo's played the lion's share of the games this season, so being there if he's had a tough time, to support him, help pick him up, push him. You know, we can't baby him, but we got to help push him to get him to keep going. And because at the end of the day, as much as I want to play, Remi wants to play. If Hendo's in goal, it's our duty then to push him to be the best that he can to help the team the most. So I think we have a really strong goalkeepers union here in that sense. So I've obviously had lots of experiences in my career, played in a World Cup, and so I try to use my experiences to help Hendo and Remi learn and then use their experiences in turn to help my game, help myself improve as a person and as a player.
And Remi, would you say it's easier because you guys are all similar age groups, so you've been through a lot in your careers?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we're all around the same age. Obviously, Hendo's the youngest. But should again with Turns, because of the position I'm in, and I guess that third role goalkeeper, I'm trying to be the supportive one and obviously help out and give Dino as much, I guess, feedback, good and bad, as possible. Obviously, I'm trying to be as honest with him, but he's been brilliant this year. He's been brilliant since he's been in, as has Turns as well. So, but I think when you see the head tennis, the swipe ball, I think you can see the morale and see the spirit that us three have got, even with Dean Kiley as well. The group's great, and obviously we just want to continue that, and hopefully Dino finishes on a high.
Love that. And Dino, how do you prepare for communication with your backline? Because a lot of keepers say that is important, but in this drills, when you're isolated, is that something you do here, or is it other drills?
No, I think obviously that's probably mostly why we started so poorly this season. I think because it takes time to form them relationships and get on the same wavelength. If you haven't played with someone ever before, and probably takes 5 or 6 games just to get the balance, understand their strengths and their weaknesses and what they need help with, and I think it just comes over time. You can't rush them things, but we've got a great bunch of lads. Obviously, all the boys are phenomenal. The lads will vouch for that, and got a great team around, so it's a class.
And Matt, you mentioned, with there being majority of the time, there's always one goalkeeper, and it's hard for other keepers to step in. You said that your relationship is good here. How do you keep that energy, high but also competitive?
I think there's times for having the good vibes. When we're playing spike ball, head tennis, and warming up and training together, it's pushing each other, having that self-awareness. And I think for me, just having a good mentality. I have things that I want to achieve in my career, and I can't look at any situation as a roadblock. I have to try to get the most that I can out of it. And for me, obviously it's great to see Hendo doing well. Obviously, I wish I was playing. I don't think there's any secret there. I wish I was playing, but at the same time, I'm not going to make things all about me, and throw a tantrum if I'm not playing. I'm going to push, and I'm going to keep training as good as I can, and I'm going to hold him accountable. That he needs to put good performances on the pitch, which I think he knows that, and at the same time, help him in every way that I can, because I always believe that team success is above personal success, and team success drives personal success. I didn't just start playing really well when I was in MLS and then magically come over. No, my team started doing well. I was putting in good performances because the team was doing well, and it was like my move to Arsenal and coming over to England was a product of team success, really. Yeah. So I'm going to do whatever I can to keep pushing myself to get better week in and week out, and obviously we have a big World Cup next year, and I want to put myself in the best position I can to play for the US.
I love that. And Remi, what would you say is probably the biggest misconception about being a goalkeeper or being in a goalkeeper union? Because there's a lot of things that fly around, like near posts and things like that, but what would you say is the biggest misconception?
That's one of them. Obviously the near post shout baffles me, because sometimes you can get beat with an unbelievable strike and straight away everyone's first thing is our near post shouldn't get beat, when we've all been beaten at our near post, and actually sometimes you look at it and go, what can I do? What can you do? But keepers know that. Obviously outfielders and probably the outside world would say differently. Any other ones? I don't know. I think obviously, as everyone knows, if your keeper makes a mistake, it normally leads to a goal. Yeah. Most players make a mistake. We're there to potentially save them or whoever. But I think that's the main thing, like Hendo touched on earlier. I think you've just got to be mentally strong, and you're going to have your good days and you're going to have your down days. But obviously it's about staying focused, and staying is probably similar level when you're going down, when you're going up. So, but my biggest one would be near post.
Yeah,
100%.
I think we've been goalkeepers at like a really difficult time, I'll say, for goalkeeping, because in our years coming through, like we've gone from, okay, when we were younger, it was all about just keeping the ball out of the net. And then when we got into our late teens and early 20s, it was about, wait, hold on. It's actually more important for a goalkeeper to be good with his feet. So then is it more important for a goalkeeper to be a good passer of the ball or just keep the ball out of the net? And now it just keeps shifting. And I think in general, like the conceptions about goalkeeping change a lot in that sense. So, but I think the biggest thing is your ability to build relationships with the people around you. So like Dino and I and Remi, we all have really great relationships with the back four, back five here. And I think that's so important. And it's something I find really challenging, or found challenging last season when I was at Forest, was how many times we changed and getting the familiarity. And I showed up only 3 days before the season and didn't have a lot of time to create relationships.
Yeah.
So that can be really challenging. So it does take that time to sort of to build yourself in. And yeah, I'd say that's probably overlooked as one of the most important parts of goalkeeping, is that consistency in terms of your relationships with the people around you.
That's interesting to hear. And obviously, Dino, you mentioned earlier about the start of the season, and obviously wasn't necessarily what you wanted. What changed with the start and where you are now, a cup final and clean sheets constantly as well? What was the shift?
It comes down to obviously lads getting up to match fitness. Obviously the relationships get formed. And sometimes all you need is one win. Like, I know it sounds mad in the Premier League, it's crazy, and people that have played it understand that. And getting the first win of the seasons, obviously, it just gives you that extra belief. Obviously, we beat Spurs, I think, could have been the 9th game, I'm not sure. And obviously, it turned the momentum of the season, and then we go on an unbelievable run. The belief's high, the confidence is high, and yeah, that's what it comes down to, belief. And obviously, the manager's top, and he was constantly talking about, like, in, week out, let's improve by one little layer, and we've seen that throughout the season. We've just gone from strength to strength, and I think now you're seeing the best of us, and hopefully we can continue that till the end of the season.
And in the semi-final, you were making some big saves as well. Like, how much confidence do you feel like that gives your team? Obviously, I know it gives you confidence, but when you're making those saves, that people are like, wow, what do you think your team feels like?
I think ultimately, like, I know I'm quite popular, but in the group, but I think as well it's my job ultimately, and I think in them big moments as a goalkeeper, top goalkeeper, you've got to be able to pull them out, and I felt like I did that Saturday, and hopefully I can continue doing it for the rest of the season. And yeah, let's see. But obviously these lads as well, the support they give me day in, day out, like, I didn't get the chance to touch on that. It's phenomenal, and you can only perform as good as your group behind you, pushing you every day, and that's the thing, keeping you calm in the moments, building to big games, and lads around me looking out for me, and you just go out there and perform and enjoy it.
And obviously you've got Man City in the final. They've not necessarily had the greatest of seasons, but they've ended up being in another final. Is that something that you're relishing, and how is the team reacting to that?
Yeah, can't wait. I think obviously you've got an opportunity to bring silverware to the football club, and I don't think it's the first time in the history. I think everyone's relishing it. Obviously, after we played like that on Saturday, we come into the change room, it's like, this is ours. Like, we can beat anyone, do you know what I mean, in that moment. Obviously, you get drawn against City, and it's obviously going to be a tough day, but the reality is, it's a one-off game, we're capable of doing anything, so we've just got to believe in what we do.
The last thing I want to talk about is something with you, Dean, yeah? I saw a video of you talking about pre-match superstitions, and you said you brush your teeth to just make yourself feel like it's like a regular game or a regular day.
I've never seen him do that, by the way.
At the start, I'll tell you what, I was doing it at the start of the season, it didn't work, so I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it, mate. Don't worry about that.
You got any new ones? Still looking like that.
No. I'm just left side on first, that's it. That's always been the case, but yeah, the brushing of the teeth didn't work too well.
When I saw that, I was just getting a picture in my mind of you just brushing your teeth while everyone's putting their boots on. I love that. And I appreciate you guys for joining me, and good luck for the rest of the season.
No, thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Cheers, pal.